How do I introduce myself again? I don't.
You are the
What's
anime
up, everybody?
man.
I'm the Anime Man, and welcome to the Anime Dudes channel.
There we go. And today we're going to be talking about One Piece.
Don't
We have
actually
another-
use my intro.
No, I'm totally using that.
What?
Alright.
Okay.
And today we are talking about One Piece. We have 16 more Devil Fruits to talk about. Once the winner of this bracket's determined, it will join the winner of the first bracket and the final bracket. And there should be about 7 or 8 of these total by the time we finish up. And we're going to determine the strongest fruit in all of One Piece. So I guess let's get to it. Joining me today, we have 4 guests. First and foremost, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Too Spooky himself.
Howdy, boys.
And then returning with us from the last bracket, we have Mr. Ninja Star.
What is up, everyone?
And then we have Axel.
Hey.
He edits and stuff. I don't know. He might have his own channel. I'm not 100% sure.
He does, in fact, have his own channel.
I think he edits for that guy that introduced himself as the anime man there for a little bit.
What's up, gamers?
So yeah, we also have the anime man here with me today.
Dark Souls expert on deck.
Yeah, I'm no longer an anime channel.
Yeah.
I'm going full Dark Souls for full gaming content.
Just be like, come on.
All we need is Minecraft, and we're set.
Oh, Minecraft and Roblox coming soon.
Yes! My man.
All right, so I guess should we just jump into the bracket? Like
Let's
very
jump
first
right
round?
into it.
All right.
Yeah.
So in the first round, we have the the Shiro Shiro no Mi and the Kame Kame no Mi.
You are right. Yep.
All right. And does anybody have any strong thoughts about either one of these? And
Well,
which one should prevail over the other?
let me just say, for clarification, I used to think that the castle fruit was pretty not good for a while, but it's proven me wrong. I can say that much. I used to think it was one of the worst, but now I think it's actually really good. So I'm going to vote for that.
I mean, castles are bigger than turtles, so.
Well, my whole thing was like, when it first came out, I thought it was just like, okay, this fruit's really only useful if you have a crew with you, right? Because like they can go inside you and shoot stuff out, and you know it becomes bigger. Like the whole point was having a team.
Uh-huh.
At least that's what it felt like to me. But then you get to see he can actually transform into a castle, so it's a lot more useful than I expected.
I think it fits him a lot too, like the idea that a mob boss can bring around his crew wherever he goes and just kind of spring out and get rid of people.
Oh, totally.
That's what I was about to say. Like they
really
would
well
be
with
so low key with that thing. Like you can hide people and
Snipe people.
I feel like the castle fruit just has way more like just perks and benefits as compared to the like Kame, which is still like really, really good. Like a diamond shell is it's very good, but Josie's fruit kind of
Yeah, it's
the
just
same
kind of
thing.
It's a Jozu, but worse.
It Josie, but worse, and only really acts as a defending thing. It's only protective, whereas the other one it has so many things. Like it's great for like storing many groups of people. It seems to be good against like bullets.
That's what I was about to say. As far as this first matchup goes, neither one actually has any offensive capabilities at all, aside from like the castle fruit. If you
Castle has firepower, bro.
The castle can literally turn into like a mechanized castle.
no, that's them taking stuff into it. Like I don't think it actually has the stuff just automatically in there. Like they
Well, you're
take
using the
weapons
fruit
in
wrong
it, and
if
they
you
can
don't.
use those weapons, but like the fruit itself doesn't have anything to
Well, I
it.
mean, they can
Well, no,
bring
that's what I
weapons
mean.
into the castle, and he can't bring weapons into his turtle shell, so.
Well, like think of it like this: like Capone can turn into an actual like mech castle. So
Mhm.
like you could just punch people with like brick fists. I don't know. I feel like that's like a inherent weapon in a way.
Also, he's able to kind of control that castle at will. So, I mean, this is very situational, but if he were to maybe trap someone into that castle, he could just kind of shrink down and squish them, or like just make the castle go against them.
And he
Create
doesn't become
traps.
naked like Peckham's does when he uses his fruit. So that's,
True.
helpful.
And theoretically,
You guys seem very set on the castle fruit right here. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and say this. Any substances that are inhaled, they fill up the inside of the castle as well. So it's like for instance, if you smoke a cigar, all the soldiers inside are going to suffer from secondhand smoke.
But
Like things of that
let's say they're all 420 friendly. That's a lot cheaper.
So,
Yeah. I
I'm
was gonna
saying
say
if you go up
also,
against
He's a mob boss. Like you
guys are
have to
starting
like
to
when you
hop up.
sign up for that,
No.
you sign up for secondhand smoke.
No, that's just an example though. Like if you go up against Caesar, oh, it's over for anybody inside too. Like
Yeah,
I
but
guess
let's
that's
be
a fair
real. Pretty
point.
much everyone on this list against Caesar
Yeah.
loses, regardless of that.
Caesar go as we established in the last bracket, man.
that's fair, but
He can remove oxygen.
not disclosure. You go up against Magellan and there's poison in the air, something like that. Like everybody inside's getting hit by it too. So I'm just saying that's something to
Yeah.
consider.
I'm
Obviously-
like the turtle shell's gonna protect you from that either. Though.
It
And
might.
obviously, like, we don't know if this is true, but theoretically, turtles are really slow. So I feel like if Peckham's were to turn into a turtle, he'd probably like lose a lot of his speed. Theoretically.
I wonder if
So-
he gets like a longer lifespan because like turtles live so long.
I don't even think we've seen him move like as a turtle. We've just seen the shell. Like I
Yeah, we haven't.
seen him like as
Yeah,
a
we
turtle.
Man,
I
he
don't have
isn't
a
even
lot
theory.
to offer.
A game theory.
and he isn't even a turtle. He's a lion.
Man, I can't believe you guys are voting against the Master Roshi fruit like right off the
Oh,
bat.
sorry.
You could
dang.
probably do some spinning attacks like Squirtle.
See, rapid spin.
Until I-
We got.
See that Kamehameha? I gotta pass on it.
I think you guys are probably right though. I'm gonna vote for the castle fruit as well. So. I don't know. Is that 5-0 for the castle fruit?
Yeah,
Oh, 5-0.
seems.
Swept.
All right. So for the next round, we have two fruits that are kind of unorthodox in their own right. We have the Awa Awa no Mi, or the Bubble Bubble fruit, versus the what is it? The Washu Washu no Mi, or the
Something like that, yeah.
Something like yeah, washu washu.
Washu Washu, or yeah, the Wash Wash fruit, which we haven't seen very much of at all, but I think it has a really cool ability. Basically, one can wash away your power, and the other one can wash away the evil in your heart a little bit. Like,
I think the bubble fruit's a little bit sleeper OP.
Oof. Like, I think it's.
Go ahead.
Oh, my whole argument, like, this is, in my opinion, a fruit that, like, it seems good on the outside, but it's actually not as great as you think. Just think of it this way. So, it basically centers around the idea of you creating bubbles, right? So, what if there's a strong gust of wind? Those bubbles are flying the opposite direction. What if it's raining outside? Those bubbles are going to pop. It's very situational.
Well, we know it's
Oh.
it's a huge weakness to water, right?
Exactly.
All
Like-
Delph fruits do, yeah, but like this one, I feel like is especially exemplified,
Yeah.
kind of like crocodiles.
So, like, if it's raining, like, that, like,
Oh.
she's screwed.
It's like
Can't do
Luke
anything.
said, like
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
it-
its biggest weaknesses are weather, and that's why Nami was able to beat freaking Khalifa. That and she became like overconfident.
We'll just fight inside.
But like you're comparing it to I can
Laundry.
clean people.
Not just clean people though. Like yeah,
You hang them out to dry. Like
Shit, my
you
bad.
can make them unable to move, man. Like you can literally immobilize them, and like
Just make them a better person.
this is
But
yeah.
how are
You
you
can
gonna
make,
hang them out to dry if it's raining?
if it's raining. Gosh, that is true. But I feel
anybody
like-
can attack somebody physically, but to be able to attack the darkness within their own hearts, like man, that's some deep stuff right there.
Some Kingdom Hearts level stuff.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Man, but I just wish we could see how this fruit actually works, because seeing like that old lady right there, freaking I don't even remember her name. Guru. Yeah, she was like strong back in the day, but like still seeing her in her old age just go up against people, and then you just see the after effect of them just being literally hung out to dry. Like they can't do anything against it. So I don't know. It seems really OP, but we haven't really seen it used as much as I'd like. So
Yeah,
My
I
vote
mean,
goes.
I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. I'm voting for the wash wash, just because, like, yeah, we haven't seen too much of it, but even at face value, it doesn't seem like there's like too many significant weaknesses, and I feel like with the way it is situational, but like it seems like the bubble, it's not just like a raining incident. There's also like the other things that we mentioned. Like it seems like all weather, whereas with the drying, it seems like it's just a
Yeah, but if
Raining
if
issue.
she wasn't fighting against Nami and she fought someone
Exactly.
inside, it's actually pretty good.
And especially like she's an assassin, you can walk up to people, make them weaker by taking their powers, and then just get rid of them. And if you're inside, which, I mean, don't fight outside if you can avoid it, you're fine.
well, that's what I don't know. Like we can't really go based on the users too much, because I want to compare the fruits more than anything. But the capabilities of literally being able to turn anybody, like even Sanji, just like they basically have all their power
Yeah.
absorbed away from this fruit. Like I think that's she's just got a bad matchup against Nami. Like that's a
Yeah, exactly. And like even Suru, if she wasn't like in the Marines, what good is taking evil away from people?
Oh, I know. That's just like a little after effect of her.
I mean, if you're a store clerk, someone comes in to rob you, you just wash them real quick, and they're like, you know what, I'm sorry about that. Let me buy a soda on my way out. Support the business.
I didn't even think of the store clerks.
I'm actually.
I'm voting for Bubble.
Yeah,
I'm going Bubble too.
I'm laundry. I'm a laundry boy.
More and with the laundry one, I mean, I'm trying to think how it would go in the context of battle, because obviously it's like hanging and drying them and maybe being able to wash them out. But is that just like an after thing? Is that just what they do to like a villain who's already been kind of defeated and weakened, and it's just kind of like an imprisonment thing? Or
I was gonna say I can't imagine that working on a strong opponent. Like weak opponents, mid-tier guys maybe, but like.
Well, I mean, if the bubble fruit can work on anyone, I imagine the same thing could apply to the.
Well, you just have to hit them with your bubbles, right? That's what.
Well, yeah, but like you could just wash. You could also just wash anybody. I feel like if they got that evil in there, you can give them a wash.
But even the bubble can be used defensively at least.
And wait till you pull out the washer and dryer. Okay, the awakening's coming.
Let's say, if we're talking about non-battle wise, which would you rather be able to do? Would you rather just be able to wash clothes, or would you rather be able to just wash anything? Because like Khalifa cleaned the streets and everything. I don't know.
Well, wait till
powers over P.
Wait till Suru pulls out the Tide Pods. Okay, that's all I'm saying. They'll be sorry.
Didn't think about that.
That you slept on this one. I'm saying, but like you guys vote what you want to vote.
Bubble Girl could make.
I think I'm still going Bubble.
You could condense the bubbles together and make them into a giant bar of soap.
Oh, and this is quite the matchup.
It's quite a clean matchup, you could say.
Man, we should have got a sponsor for this video right here. We could have got like Tide or something like that.
I like the two actual devil fruits in the first round were just blown by, and now they're like, we're talking about nothing.
Yeah. All right, Bubble advances.
Yeah, I vote Bubble.
I was thinking wash, but now that I'm thinking like within the context of battle, you can't really use it, and you're probably going to use it as more like just to kind of like immobilize like a prisoner.
It could be used like an assassination thing as well, but like again,
like a month from now, we're gonna get new chapters that show us how that fruit works, and we're all gonna sound so stupid.
You'll be sorry.
We're gonna get a cover page of Laundry Girl like pinning up.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
That could be a good way to keep the Marines in check. Just saying. Insubordination, not anymore.
I'll show you what justice really is. Hang up for 5 days.
Ooh, deadly. Okay, well, I'm sad, but we can move on.
So in the next round, I believe we have the Choki Choki no Mi, or the Snip Snip fruit, versus the Supa Supa no Mi, or the Dice Dice fruit. They can both cut things.
This one's tough.
I have.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm kind of undecided if one of you guys want to take it away.
Is the guy's name Mr. One?
Yeah, it's Daz. I'm leaning towards Daz. But
yeah.
I think this is one of those matchups that kind of depends a lot based on who uses the fruit. Because if you use the Dice fruit with a freaking Master Swordsman, literally every part of their body becomes blades. And I don't know, kind of like Zoro, like he can already cut things or not cut things just based on his will, basically. So if you give him unlimited blades, I don't know, like that's a lot to work with.
Plus, if your body's already a blade, like you're already like pretty much everyone who's mid-tier or lower is gonna suck against you.
But
think of it this way.
fruit can cut any solid object basically, and it still keeps its density. So
think of it this way, right? I guess it depends on what quality level of a blade you are with this fruit, because we've seen that he can be cut as long as you know how to like cut through steel. So
yeah, but I'm saying what percentage of people you're gonna be fighting can cut through steel? It's gonna be pretty low, and I feel like it's not gonna be very like.
Quite a few though.
The best of the best, like the scissor fruit could cut through the blade fruit. I'm pretty sure. Like
I think like any swordsman that they run across at this point in the story.
Yeah. So later on in the story.
I mean, then it also comes down to like what people think, like how Zora was able to like cut Mr. One. Like some people like assume that was hockey or something, like just he tapped into it a bit. So it's like, would it come down to like if you're able to use hockey, then you can just counteract it, but it wouldn't make sense because he's not a Logia. So
when I think of the Dice fruit though, like I know a lot of people do think of it like, hey, he can basically turn into steel. He's basically like a less stronger version of Jozu, or something like that. but I don't think of it for its defensive abilities. I think of it for more along the lines of its offensive potential. Because
Well, both.
Offense,
Right.
Josu.
Well, like if he could use hockey, right, with that
I mean,
fruit, that'd be pretty OP.
Many
Because like,
blades it has.
yeah, you'd basically be one giant black blade, and like those can't really be broken from what we've seen.
right.
So.
Like,
And it seems like I'm looking at it more, and whereas the Super is more like attack and also like to get around stuff and to sneak around and just like tool stuff. It seems like the other one, Mr. Ones, is offensive and defensive. Like obviously there was the whole bit of Zoro being able to cut something that's just kind of like what seems uncuttable, and he was making quite a mark on Zoro. And it's really tough to judge Mr. One because it's like, well, he was defeated in Alabasta, so he seems weaker now in retrospect. But then again, like,
But also, like, if it wasn't Zoro, he won that fight. Like,
Yeah.
anyone else wasn't getting up at that point.
I think he would have beat Zoro had Zoro not gotten stronger mid-fight like that. I mean, I guess that's part of who Zoro is, but like the fact that he
Like the scissor fruit could be
That's
super
wrong.
useful in a lot of situations, but I think like if we're, or just with the thought of maybe Dazbones going full on Virgo hockey mode, I feel like something like that would automatically make him way better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're gonna assume that he's gonna be fighting against people that could cut steel, then we have to also assume that he's gonna, like, if he's in the new world, he's gonna know hockey.
I don't
At that
think
point.
Like,
people think of it that way either.
Like
'Cause we
obviously, oh go ahead.
you go.
I was just gonna say like obviously hockey can make or break a fruit, but it's also like not crucial to a lot of them. But I feel like with this one, it could be like triple how good it is like with its base level if you had hockey,
For sure.
and make it way better.
So what if
Yeah.
someone doesn't have a sword and they try to punch him without hockey? Are they just gonna
They
get
just
cut?
slice their hand open.
How
that's not
goofy
smart.
are
what it's like.
You get an
I know-
automatic increase in both defensive and offensive abilities just by having the fruit, right?
Yeah,
basically
that's
just, like,
more
punching a steel
defensive
wall.
than Inazuma's.
The problem is with Inazuma's is like she's such a support character.
Man,
But like you could just cut up anything though. Like you could just
Yeah.
cut the ground
We
underneath them and
haven't
like
s-
make it split
And you
apart.
can
Like
pick locks? Busted.
what I was about to say is like we haven't seen the limits of the freaking scissor fruit yet, dude. Because like
But
whenever
what if you're
they first
shit at
come
using
in,
scissors? They're just like a bad swordsman. Versus
How are you bad
if-
at using scissors?
if you're a bad
No, I'm
swordsman,
saying like you're a
scissors
shit
are bad for
swordsman
you,
in
but-
both situations. Who would you rather be? You'd rather be the person who's
That can cut
literally a
anything.
sword.
Okay, but hear me out. Inazuka could cut Kaido. He can cut
Do
anything.
we know that?
Well, like,
I
That's
thought
what
it
I'm
was
saying,
an
like, there
inanimate
might be a
object.
limit to it. But we haven't seen that.
Inazuma's fire
that's what I was
cannon.
asking earlier. Like if he can actually like cut through people but where they're like still alive like Law's Devil Fruit, it would probably be a lot more OP because you could just chop people up and just leave them there.
Like whenever
But-
Jinbei was shackled, he cut through the shackles and stuff like easy, like basically
Yeah.
like butter still, and then they
Were
still
they-
keep their density. He can use that as weapon too. Like
Wait a minute, were the shackles Sea Prism stone?
Probably
I don't
not.
think so. I
Oh,
doubt it.
If they were, then like,
Alright.
whoa.
So it says that you could cut through any solid object no matter what. No matter how
we just
hard.
haven't seen it with
That's
people.
what I'm
is
saying.
the
If we
thing.
haven't
But
seen
like, I don't know,
the
we're
extent of it.
largely liquid. Alright,
That's
let's be
true.
an asshole.
I feel like I'm low key sleeping on the scissor fruit, but I gotta vote for.
We
Blade
haven't
boy.
seen enough.
Dude, I now that you mentioned like anyone, now I'm like really
Nah,
double
I-
guessing.
Well, I just picture it like he could cut up. Is it a girl or a boy? I don't even know.
I don't either.
It's sure.
Whatever. They they could cut up any solid object and use it in that cool way. But I figure when you're fighting against a person we don't really know, you have to be like a good scissor person or swordsman, whatever. I would still rather take the other fruit overall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm so torn because you could also use like giant rock slabs. Like they're basically paper, but they're still a giant rock weapon. Like I don't know, there's so much to that you could utilize. But I think I'm gonna agree with you.
You know,
The
it's
box-
really
nice,
cute.
dirty.
It's like the flag fruit, but like worse. Because the flag fruit you can just touch stuff and it ripples.
Mhm.
But with this one you have to cut it up first.
Oh yeah.
So he cuts people in combat. Well, was he actually like kill? Yeah, it always comes down to like, was he actually like killing them? Because it says he can cut through anything no matter how hard.
He probably just uses them as like just like a sword against people, I imagine.
Yeah, but I think the cutting comes down to solid objects. It doesn't say like anything. Like maybe I'm looking too much into it, but like I feel like in my opinion, it would be like for people who just work like a sword, but for actual cutting, like any solid object. And in that case, I guess I would go with Daz.
I mean, I know they both lose to like the ox fruit.
Oh yeah.
The ox fruit.
Oh yeah, because strong as an ox isn't saying for a reason. But like, I'm still bummed out that it lost first round.
Oh, the Lord Twigo of Devil
Like the
Fruit.
first round of this bracket is obviously it's not as strong as the first bracket of the last, or first round of the last bracket. But I don't know. These are some solid fruits. It's hard to choose, but I'm gonna go with the dice fruit.
I feel like the next round's gonna be tough.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm still going Daz. So wait,
Yeah,
what's-
that's for sure. I think
What's the vote count on
I think 5-0.
for dice?
Does anyone?
I'm voting for Dazi over here.
Daz,
You know what,
yeah.
I'm gonna switch just so it doesn't get a 5-0.
All right.
All
I
right.
guess we'll find out if
4-1.
you chose right. Going forward.
All right. So for the next round, we have the Mero Mero no Mi, or the Love Love fruit, versus the Wara Wara no Mi, or the Straw Straw fruit.
Oh boy, this
This is
Straw
such a hard
Straw.
Straw Straw fruit's kind of confusing, but there's a few fruits on this bracket that have so much more to them than you initially think. Like,
There's a lot of like abstract fruits on here.
yeah, it's probably a bad idea to put them all in the same bracket because we might be talking about these for a while. But any strong thoughts on which
So I
one of
think-
these is better?
I feel
Boas
like
is super-
Hancock is so OP. Like,
It is. But like,
Depends, because like,
problem.
go ahead.
You can go ahead, my guy. I got you.
I was about to say, like, you put someone as attractive as me with that fruit, and basically, like, the world's in my hands. But I don't know, like, you put like Briggs with the Love Love fruit, and I don't know, like, it's useless.
rendered
but-
ineffective.
Yeah, like, it's so
It's circumstantial.
the fruit is very circumstantial.
All
Whereas
about
the
the
devil
devil fruit.
fruit automatically makes
Anyone-
you attractive in the eyes of people.
Nah, that's the that's
Anyone too late into the story would be affected by it. Like,
Velveeta's fruit. That'll make you attractive real quick.
Okay, but you guys remember that like when the ship with the vice admiral and a bunch of marines came and they all instantly turned into stone and literally the vice admiral was rendered like useless just
Well,
by
yeah, but
her
it's because-
presence.
Just
She's
because-
supposed to be one of the most beautiful women in the world. Like that's why it's so OP.
But
And,
how
like,
would it work with someone who's not that like good looking?
Like give it to Ivankov, right? Give it to him.
that's
Slash
a bad
her.
example. Okay, I stand.
I feel like Sanji would be unaffected completely. Never. He would never. Well, actually, that's not true. He could just switch genders. What am I-
So it
Oh,
only
actually-
works if like the people lust or love after the user. So if
Yeah.
you're hideous, it won't work that well.
like picture
unless you just
Blackbeard.
have, like, a great personality and they love
Hey,
you.
yo, Blackbeard's a snack.
Like, I suppose you could just, like if you really like if you had this fruit and you weren't that attractive, like theoretically you could just go get some plastic surgery and work out really hard and bump up your quality as a snack, as the kids say.
I'm also pretty
Here's the thing,
sure.
though, even if you're as attractive as Boa Hancock or whoever, like, it's not going to work on everybody. Looks and, like, I don't know, love and lust in general are very
Well,
circumstantial. Like,
there's another
it
thing,
doesn't
though.
affect.
There's another thing though. With contact, she can just turn anybody to stone. All she has to do
Oh,
is
really?
kick them.
That's what I was gonna say. It's with contact. He also has like the love ray.
Well, the love ray only affects people,
That are in love.
but like she can just straight up kick people, and that part that she kicked will turn to stone. And
Really?
I'm pretty sure from what we've seen, they don't need to necessarily be like in love with her for that to happen.
No, they don't.
But honestly, like
So like in that aspect, it's still really good. But like if
I
you're
f-
ugly, that's all you got going on.
I feel like if you're a woman and like you just like were to take off your clothes, regardless of how ugly you are, there's gonna be some level of lust within you.
just walk around naked at all
Yeah,
times.
it's
I
OP
don't know
as
about
fuck.
that at all. You tell me level or episode 1 Albedo gets that fruit and she can
Oh,
pull that
man.
off. Like, nah, there's never
What
anything
if-
there. Like,
What if Blackbeard was dual wielding this and Albedo's fruit? It's over.
You guys talk about Alvida?
Alvida.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alvida,
that makes
yeah.
more sense.
I'm thinking Albedo from fucking
yeah,
what's it called?
Overlord.
Overlord. I'm like, hell yeah, it's super
Right about
effective.
that.
I'm stoned right now.
I completely switched those around. Like,
Yeah,
that makes a lot
Alvida,
more
even
sense.
still,
Alvida.
man.
All right, you
To
pulled
that,
me
I
down
would
with you.
say, you obviously have not been on any fetish sites, Jordan. So you don't understand the people that inhabit our world.
I'm just
You
talking
don't know
about-
what level
it's
of
not gonna
lust they
work
have
on
to have.
everybody, but-
I feel like literally Luffy's like asexual and has like no level of attraction or something like that.
Exactly.
While,
That's
like,
what I'm saying. People like that's not going to work on. Or
Well,
Fujitora
what
doesn't
percentage of the
work
population is that? Pretty much every other guy is gonna feel some level of lust.
not Fujitora. He's freaking
Also,
blind.
you can
I-
like feel
yo,
lust for
He
knowledge.
hears a woman's voice. You never know.
No, like if they're blind, it doesn't work. Pretty sure.
Hey, what does the straw fruit do?
Well,
Very good
before we go to the straw fruit, here's the one question I want to ask. If we can decide this, I feel like we'll be able to argue this better. Are we just going to assume, based on the devil fruit user it has right now, or are we taking into account any potential user to get this fruit?
Any potential user.
Okay.
Whenever it's at its max potential. Like,
All right.
I'm
Let's
gonna
move on to the
pretend that
straw
I
boy.
get it.
Let's argue that, and then we'll.
I'm gonna pretend that I get the fruit, in which case the entire world turns to stone.
Yikes.
You're not wrong, but
Well, in that case, I don't even think we should need to talk about
It's
the straw fruit.
GG. The bracket's over.
Now that I've actually looked into the straw fruit a bit more, because I'm gonna be honest, before the stream, like I think we kind of agreed, the straw fruit is kind of hard. I'm not a big
It's
fan
hard
of
to
the way they.
understand.
there's a lot to it.
There's
So
a
we
lot.
need a
to
video
it.
on it.
It's
And
very
wanna-
confusing.
Yeah, Wano like a lot of exposition bit, and that was just kind of one of the bits I got kind of thrown in with all that. And it's like if you asked me like before, like to name what it does, I'm like, I can't really, because like I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around which power. It's like,
Well, before Wano, we'd only really seen it over whenever all the
we didn't even know what it
supernatural
was.
were introduced. And well, yeah, we didn't see very much of it, and there were so many things being introduced at that time that I couldn't have even told you it was a straw fruit there for the longest time. Like,
Yeah, but now that I've looked into it, it's basically manipulating straw, but he's able to do so much with it that it looks like there's so many different, kind of like a Doflamingo situation, where
think-
he's able to do so much with
yeah.
that straw.
I think the fact that he's able to like kill other people instead of dying himself is something to talk about.
It's kind of overpowered.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess the one thing we need to ask about that though that we don't know is like how long is the process to do that? Like, do you need to like do some weird voodoo stuff on these people that takes a couple minutes first, or do you like just need to walk up to them and slip a little piece of straw into there?
Well, it's definitely
pants.
long enough that he can't do it in combat, because otherwise he would have did it to like Zoro when they were fighting.
True.
And what I don't get is it like, could everyone do this voodoo shit when they have the straw fruit, or is it just like he already knew, like,
I would assume
these
everybody
car-
can do it.
like these cards things and like
I think
his
the
actual
cards
voodoo
are
dolls
separate.
are kind of like they throw me off.
I think the cards
cards
are
might
just for
just be
show.
Yeah, he's mixing his hobby with his devil fruit.
That's why I don't even know if that's cards do anything. Like, I don't think they do. Like,
Well, like putting the voodoo stuff aside, like he can create a gigantic straw angry guy out of his sword that fights people and is very angry. So that's a thing.
I'm reading the description, and this is the most confusing fruit ever.
Yeah, like it's off the walls.
It's everywhere.
I
It
mean,
kinda
he's
just
basically
does
like a
everything.
Paramecia that can like create and manipulate straw. Like, he
And,
can't turn
like-
himself into it, so he's not a Logia. But
Well, no,
then
he
there's
can.
also a bunch of other stuff.
He can turn himself into straw. He did it in when we first saw it.
Oh, can he?
Sabaody.
Oh, you might be right. I'm kind of blanking.
At least I'm pretty sure he did. Making me second guess.
I know he can create and manipulate it, but for some reason, like, it's not a Logia. So I mean,
Oh, he
It's-
covers his body with straw.
yeah, that's why I assumed he did.
Okay.
I
Never
feel
mind.
like transferring, like, not his life, but like, his,
Death.
yeah,
His pain, like his, like.
Okay, but imagine he's fighting
Oh,
someone like super strong with a low level of like morality. It's just like, oh yeah, you're using my goons as bait. Whatever, I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Okay.
Whitebeard
But, like,
would be
picture he's fighting Whitebeard, and he's like, "All right, you kill me, and Ace dies."
Oof.
What
That's
if
why everybody has
he's
somebody
Kaido?
that's like, important to him. So
I'd imagine that's how he's
Fair.
working for Kaido.
I feel like what Ninja said, where like this is very Doflamingo-like. It has a lot of potential for things we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
So like I think we got to take that into account a little bit.
I think it really depends on the user, like how much they can do with it. Whereas with the other one, like it's very situational. Yeah, obviously it kind of depends. Both these, like, I think are very heavy on the user. Whereas with Boa, with the Love, I mean, obviously you can get like plastic surgery and everything, but at the end of the day, I think natural beauty is just much has more widespread appeal. Whereas something like this, you can actually like learn to get used to, because it seems like the more you get experience with it, the more you're just able to.
Well, Well, honestly,
on it.
if it was Boa Hancock versus whatever this guy's name is, what's his name again?
Hawkins.
Hawkins. I would give it to Boa Hancock, like with her fruit. But since we're taking the fruit separate from the person, if they're not hot, it sucks.
But yeah, but like,
also,
like
like-
fruit without its full potential, it's gonna be someone probably attractive. Like,
But like also you can age with the love fruit. And like at 50 years old it's just no longer effective. Whereas straw just works forever.
No one makes it to 50 in the
I don't know.
world.
You
I
say
don't know
that.
if
I'm
you've been on those.
kind of into them older ladies. I don't know what you're talking about.
But, I mean,
Alright, but it limits your
Different
audience.
strokes for different.
3 blocks away. Click here to chat. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I think you shouldn't be knocking the age here. I feel like that's not applies until they're like 70.
All right,
Okay,
I'll go for Hawkins.
well either way.
And I do want to ask a question real quick about Hawkins, because like a genuine question that I don't really 100% understand. You know, it says he's able to kind of create small dolls, put them inside his body, and each one of those represents a person, right? And like if he gets hurt, it hurts those people instead of him. Like he's able to basically use them as a scapegoat. It's basically like he's using the move substitute in Pokemon or something, but it affects another person.
I just don't know how he makes that process a thing. Like, is it
That's
hard
what,
to
that's
do?
what I was about to ask. Like, how long does that take to do? And like, can he do it? Do they have to be willing to do it, or
Imagine he needs.
I don't think they have to be willing.
He probably needs prep time. Is all I'm saying.
You can just steal one of their hairs or something.
Yeah, but
There's gotta
another
be
thing,
some part
So-
to it.
obviously we know the Marimar no Mi is weak to the user. Basically, the user is its one true weakness at the end of the day. It's a very circumstantial. But with the straw fruit, you got to think that any sort of like fire or heat is probably a huge weakness against it.
Yeah.
oh,
So that'll just burn up real quick.
So
But
Sabo
dude,
is
if you know how to
your
fight,
one-oh.
if you know how to fight with the love fruit, if you literally just hit someone, they turn to stone. That's so OP.
But I was also thinking of this, like, let's say Zoro had the straw fruit, for example. Imagine Zoro with 10 lives. Regardless of, like, if he's not using straw as a weapon, just picture him fighting, but he could die 10 times.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah, like I don't know if any of you guys have read Blade of the Immortal. But the main character, he's immortal, right? So basically,
That
all
checks
he
out.
does is he just gets stabbed and then he just kills people. He banks way too hard on his immortality. So like I feel like anybody who had the ability to have more lives, they would just let themselves get hurt so they could.
Well, that's kind of what happened in Naruto with the freaking what's their names? Crap, I'm blanking on the names. The two freaking was it
Naruto
Hidan
was also-
and Shikam? No,
Yeah.
no. It was
Hidan
Hidan
and
Oh, Kakuzu?
Kakuzu.
Kakuzu. Yeah, it was the
Hearts.
two immortal guys. They were like way overconfident in it, and basically the guy that had the multiple hearts is kind of the same as Hawkins, except for it hurts other people.
And then they lost the Shikacho.
But Hawkins also has his like the other people factor, so he can
Yeah.
put the mental aspect in it depending on
But
who
he
he's got
takes
behind you,
hostages and whatnot, and
or just yoink his own crew.
or his own crew. Yeah.
Also,
don't
he
know.
can make nails for some reason.
Yeah. This is tough for me.
You just
but
do everything.
At the end of
Just
the day,
assume that you could do everything.
based on what we know for sure, I feel like the Marimar no Mi is inherently better, but it does have a huge drawback depending on who gets it. So I still got to vote for it though.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and vote for the. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I
I'm
really
already-
want to vote for the Marimar no Mi, but then
I'm
I can't
going
imagine
straw.
anyone else using it other than like. Well, then again, pretty much like 90% of the women in One Piece look like Boa Hancock. They all have big boobs.
I would say about 50% because
Okay.
this is some
Hey
ugly
man,
shit.
that other 10% though.
Okay, transfer it to like 90% of the women on Amazon Lily. Transfer it to anyone on the Straw Hat Crew.
Man,
That's a female.
have you seen some of those chicks on Amazon, Lily? Like, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Oh, this is a weakness. It's only really effective on like
Is it people of the
people
opposite
that are
gender?
attracted to the user's gender.
Well, no, because
Okay,
the
yeah,
guard
that
at
makes sense.
Impel Down. Like,
Yeah, but maybe she
But,
likes
She
women.
can swing that way.
oh,
yeah.
that was my bias. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, it just comes down to like, does this person lust after you in some way? Like in a
Yeah.
way that could, I don't know, like if this is true or not, but it could apply to other emotions like jealousy. Like, oh, I lust to be this person.
Yeah, and it's also comes down to like, well, how much lust is there like
Yeah, is
going
needed.
to be? And it's like we're
It only
going
needs to be a little bit, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yeah.
we're going into like kind of broad talk here, but it's very few people like sexuality is based on a spectrum. So it's like, even if there's like a 1% chance or even a little bit, I mean, would you be able to pull in like that? Like, it'd be very, very rare to have someone completely like straight or asexual like Luffy. So
Well, that's why I think you guys kind
Luffy's
of
just not interested at all.
Because if I'm assuming that each of these fruits works to their full capabilities, like I said, there's a lot that Hawkins can do. There's a lot for the straw fruit. But as far as the Maranomi or the love fruit or whatever it's called, man, if you take that at its maximum capability, put it basically in a Boa Hancock's hands, like, unless you're like a Luffy, good luck.
Yeah.
You know, it's also kind of absolute.
Really-
Like, if you're gonna be turned to stone, you're gonna be turned to stone.
Yeah,
Whereas
there's no
Hawkins is like,
physical-
He has to fight you.
I'm pretty sure when with the whole like fighting, like making contact with someone, it only actually turns the part that they hit
Yeah.
the stone.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
I remember someone getting hit in like the neck or something, and like only their neck got turned to stone.
That would suck.
Which
Like,
is a big deal.
rip the neck.
It's a pretty big deal, yeah.
God's bones.
That's what I'm saying.
What
Like,
are you gonna do?
honestly, I thought this fruit was had a pretty strong chance even before Briggs mentioned the actual contact part of it, which means that even that 1% it doesn't work on. Like,
Actually, Too Spooky mentioned it. Give him the credit that he deserves.
Thanks,
oh, did he?
I'm just a
I
gamer.
appreciate you.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
My bad, Spooks.
and I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Back to Basil Hawkins
I mean, it's not like
straw fruit video.
Brazil has like a bunch of little quirks about it, but it's like it's not like the straw in his fruit is that strong to begin with. Like, he might be able to, but like, I mean, Zoro was able to easily cut through it. So like, he would have to just be very, very strategic about it. And I think that's the problem. You would have to use it really, really. Obviously, you could be really, really good with it. And I know I'm kind of like going against my earlier point, but I guess maybe with the other one, there's other things you could do to bring out even the tiniest bit of lust. And if that doesn't work, kicking the stone.
Yeah.
So I think I might. Originally, I was going with the straw, but now I think I'm leaning towards.
Well, the problem is extra lives is super OP, and then like being able to be like, well, if you try to kill me, you're gonna kill your friend. It's pretty hard. Like, what if you did that against Zoro and he had like Nami as one of the lives? What was Zoro gonna do? Run away, basically.
Yeah.
Well, another thing you also have to consider with Boa's fruit is that she also has range because she can shoot arrows and use her love beam. And like, I don't remember if the arrows can turn people to stone if they don't lust. I don't think that's true, but if it were, then even if people like, you know, aren't super like hot and bothered by her, she could just snipe them real quick and they're still stone.
But can she make nails?
Alright, fuck it. I'm going with my gut. I'm going for the Maranomi.
I'm actually gonna go Maranomi too, because I'm looking. It looks like the straw fruit's pretty powerful. Like I said, you basically get to fight 10 times. You have that psychological advantage and nails. Yeah. But I don't know. Like if you put the the freaking love fruit in the right hands, there's
Or any
nothing you can do
hand
about
drawn
it.
by Oda.
Even in the wrong hands, I feel like it could still be more useful than we think. But
What do you think?
obviously,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Even if just fighting people, like you could be the ugliest person on earth, and this is still a decent fruit. Like
just
it's not,
beat people into rocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Man,
I was originally with the straw, but I think like the fact that she can just run up and punch people.
I
that's-
agree.
That's so much.
I hadn't realized that. Like, growing up and just like, hey, yo, you stop.
I mean, even if someone like Alvita got it, I feel like it would be motivation to like get hot.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's what-
work out, get some plastic surgery. Like,
Yeah.
then
Now
you
you're,
can go
now
from
you're
a
the one stealing Spooks' arguments.
beta
Like-
male to absolute Chad.
Picture Sanji with this fruit, and every time you kick someone, they turn to stone.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that'd be
if
OP.
if you can punch pretty quick, like Luffy, for instance, with the Gatling, like every part of their body is gonna get struck, even if they're blocking, and it's just gonna turn to stone and crumble. Like,
You can't even block.
yeah, exactly. Like,
All right,
block-
Maranomi. Let's
All
fucking
right.
go.
easy.
Move on.
Easy.
And, you know
Okay,
what?
You know, it took like 20
I'm
minutes.
gonna be honest. I heard Mero. You kept saying Mero, so I was thinking of Ace's fruit.
Yeah, I know.
Mero.
I probably,
Oh, it's Mero. I'm dumb.
Because I was like, no, because I'm gonna be honest. I did kind of tune out just for like a minute or so, and then I come back and hear Mero. I'm like, wait, what did I miss?
We're on to another bracket already, boys.
It's been 3 days.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm already regretting the choices I made on this bracket, because in the next round we have an even more complicated fruit than Hawkins. Like literally
We have 2 of them.
shadow fruit, and then the hormone fruit's not freaking very simple either. So like, man, this is kind of rough. Anybody have any strong thoughts about either one of these and everything that they can do?
I feel like I like shadows in this. Just the ability to make an army and they're as strong as the shadows that you take is pretty strong.
I think Gecko Mori's is just naturally better. The more I think about it,
I think
Because you
he's
gotta-
an idiot, but like in
Yeah.
general.
like you got to think like once you steal somebody's shadow, if they touch sunlight, they're just going to evaporate into dust. Like
Yeah.
that's and basically an OKO right there. One
I
hit
didn't even
KO.
think of that when I voted.
I'm definitely voting for Moria.
Like I
Also-
feel like. I'll go ahead.
I say once the person loses their shadow, they automatically like enter into a 2-day coma. Like once their shadow's separated from them. Like there's so many things to this fruit that like you just don't even realize when you're watching. Like
And you
it's
know the
like-
whole undead army thing.
Yeah,
Well,
and like
he
especially
didn't talk back for that.
So like literally, you cut somebody's shadow off, they're done for 2 days. Like they're done ski, they're knocked out, like in a coma.
and like Moria's useless, but now it's with Blackbeard's crew and like with someone else leading what that does.
Uh-huh.
It's impactful.
And plus, you know, you don't even have to put shadows in other things. You can literally just stockpile them in yourself and become an absolute unit.
That's true.
But I don't know. Ivankov's definitely like reading up on it. It definitely has its good uses, but I feel like it's more utility. Whereas Gecko Mori's is pretty absolute, unless you got a big pile of salt sitting next to you.
You gotta set up a utility bracket.
Yeah, the ultimate utility fruit.
It's so hard to vote for the utility stuff when you're like, yeah, the other one can make an army.
Yeah, the other one can blow up the planet.
Yeah.
You can literally change the gender of your opponent, which is terrifying. Or like, especially if they're not willing to. Like,
Yeah, but like, you know, say
And-
you become the other gender, like
you can heal.
like you'll probably be off balance for sure. But at the end of the day, like it's not like you're not a human anymore, or like you're missing an arm.
I know, but like some people might like that. Like some people might want to change genders, but like if you don't, like I don't know, like the guy that
That's
was initially
stressful
hit by
psychologically.
an info down. Like, you don't expect that. You're just suddenly the opposite gender. That's psychologically traumatizing.
off and you'd be pretty like taken aback. But at the end of the day, like if your fruit has more like killing potential, you're just gonna be more pissed off.
Yo, but then you gotta go home and explain it to your wife and your kids.
Yeah, so I'm kind of
Like, Moria will end your life, but Ivankov will ruin it.
Moria can get good at pretty much everything.
Honey, remember that lesbian phase you had in college? You want to go back to that?
that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
I love that quote. Moria will end your life, but you'll ruin it.
Wow, I'm rethinking everything now.
I don't even know, man. I
I gotta
Word.
stop helping the other side.
What was that word for
Hey,
again?
contest.
So we can.
I don't know. I'm still voting for Shadow. I think
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
the same. I gotta vote for Shadow.
I'm
But,
looking
man,
at it. No, but like I don't
New
know.
context.
Ivanka is really good for like support and everything, but in terms of the context of the battle, it's really just to mess with you, and that can be something very, very useful. But I feel like in terms of like actual long term and making sure they don't get revenge on you like 10 years from now for what you did, yeah, probably the shadow.
I like that the Shadow's only real use is like, yeah, you're gonna be king of something. That's all you
King,
can do
yeah.
with it.
Shadow would be great for like leaders, man.
And you can also make yourself a lot stronger. Like depending on your willpower, you can take in so many shadows and.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you can make yourself good at everything.
Shadow
Like,
can help
oh,
you
I-
become a leader. Like,
Well, you literally. Oh, this guy's a leader, born leader. I got his skills. This guy's a good swordsman. Zoro, sorry, I'm taking your shadow. This guy's good at math. Now I'm good at math.
I still think the biggest, like I said, the thing that most people don't consider the shadow fruit that I think is huge is, like I said, if you take someone's shadow, like even like by a sneak attack or something, they're out cold for 2 days. Like, so if
Yeah,
your
And if the
shadow's
sun
taken,
rises
you're done.
where they are,
You're done.
and they're not on Thriller Bark,
Rip.
like,
Or you can just stab them.
You know, the only thing about that kind
he's a
of
villain. You gotta do it and leave.
like I'm sure this
That's
was
true.
just
That's the most
fake,
annoying
like,
thing ever.
here. Like during Marineford, there was one point where Moria cut up some people's shadows, like just on the spot. But like it was day outside, and like it was bright, but they didn't, you know, disappear. At least we
Maybe it
didn't-
like takes effect when they wake up.
that could, yeah,
That's probably it. I mean,
that would make sense. That would fix that plot hole right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said, they're out cold for 2 days. I doubt they just automatically
I
vaporize.
mean, if they did, that'd be pretty OP. Just chop off their shadow and just watch them dissipate.
Well, I mean, if you really want to kill them anyways, like they're out cold for 2 days, they can't do anything to defend themselves. Like,
Just throw them in direct
I'm
sunlight.
gonna put them in a cage, leave them, and there'll be crocodiles waiting for them when they wake up, rather than actually
traumatize them like
killing
Aqua.
them.
And the room is flooding for some reason.
You're so confused. Just
I fucking hate that. I hate that so much.
but then
So, shadows?
I don't know. Like,
Shadow.
Anybody not voting for Shadow? Let's ask that.
I think healing's. I don't know. People don't appreciate healing enough.
What's
Against an army?
battle?
Buffing himself,
Ability.
debuffing others.
Like,
Also, Ivankov's healing can come with the cost that you lose some of your lifespan.
Yeah.
So,
So it's like healing for now that affects you later.
I mean,
I'll let
if you don't
tomorrow's
heal
me
now,
worry about
you're
tomorrow's
gonna die.
problem.
That's
Gotta live in the now, man. I don't know what you're worrying about.
Whatever happens, happens.
Thank you. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with the freaking Shadow Fruit too.
clean sweep.
Shadow advance.
And then the next matchup we have is the Paw Fruit versus the Revive Fruit, which I forget their actual Japanese names, but
Yomi Yomi.
I am
Just
so
man.
decided on this. This
I
is the
already
one.
know who I'm voting for. I don't know if we need to.
Listen up, boys. I feel like we can go into Paw Fruit a lot more with the future brackets, like as we progress further into this. So is anybody even going to vote for the Revive Fruit?
I'm not gonna vote
Yeah,
for it, but I am gonna go ahead and say, like, I'm gonna go ahead and vouch for it a little bit. Time is the most precious thing that we have, and
Meanwhile,
No,
last
just
shot, you're
said
like,
you
oh,
would vote
life
for
force,
Ivanka.
whatever.
there's no getting more time past your natural lifespan usually. But you basically get to live twice with it, so that's pretty cool. Like, Brooke's very old, and he's still going strong, Soul King.
What if
Yeah,
the
and all he had
first
to do
time
was
you
watch
die
everyone
in a
he
really
cares
bad
about
way?
die.
Plus, you get to not only that, you get to be like a skeleton, which is cool. And like if you drink milk, I think it basically heals you.
He
Although
used
it also healed Luffy whenever
Like-
he drank milk. Like he lost a tooth, drank milk, and then his tooth was back. And I don't know how that works.
But also, he's only a skeleton because he came back and
Couldn't
as
find
a
his
skeleton.
body.
His soul couldn't find it. It's just
Yeah.
the
I was
fog.
gonna say, what if you die and you fell in a volcano?
Rip. You're
You're
not.
you don't get a second
waste of
life.
fruit.
You get revived just to die
Die
horribly.
again.
Dude, man, this isn't even a good fruit.
It's basically just good if you need to accomplish more in life. Otherwise,
Say, time is precious. Don't
And
underestimate
if you don't
time.
care about your appearance,
okay.
So, like,
think of it this way: Kuma could just walk up to you and flick you with his paw, and then your life is
Volcano.
gone. And then you come back and he flicks you again, and you're gone.
Well, that's why you wait.
up against each
You
other.
don't go right away. You wait like 10
Man,
years,
I
and
had
then
to work in somewhere, so I figured why not do it against what I think is arguably one of the strongest fruits out there. So
That's what I'm
why
saying.
did you do this?
I researched Paw Fruit pretty recently, so it's all still in my brain, and I know that this thing is OP as heck, and we can argue the whole time. But I feel like if we just get Brooke out of here now, we can save that argument for later.
Kuma could beat someone within an inch of their life, make a bubble of their pain, kill them, watch them revive, and then hit them with the bubble.
Bro, I think even the ox fruit is better than Brooks.
we need even the ox fruit. I'm still convinced the ox fruit will win that first bracket. I'm gonna put it in the final bracket. It's gonna have 7 other winners, and it's gonna be the ox fruit.
Actually-
my personal bias.
The way he can manipulate his soul is pretty cool. That gives it more
Yep.
depth. But even that, theoretically, Kuma can repel anything, so he could just repel his soul. You
Are
can't.
his
you
ice powers related to his fruit, or is it just him?
I think that's just him.
I think that's
We haven't really got clarification on that, to my knowledge.
I don't think it's ever been explained really, or explained how he hits things and then waits and then.
Oh wait, I think they say that he cools. I don't know, something about
he's a
cool.
ninja.
No, maybe it does. Low key.
All right, paw advances.
Still not
Yeah.
relevant.
All right, so next matchup we have the what are they called? The diamond and the Buddha fruits.
Hito model
The
Buddha.
big gold boy versus the big diamond boy.
Yep.
And if you played Minecraft, you know.
All right, here's the thing, right, boys. I'm gonna come right out of the gate. I feel like, at face value, the diamond seems like it's better, but then you got to remember that if you get hit with a little bit of ice and you fall over, yikes.
Wait, you think the diamond's better?
No, I said at face value, I think it looks better. But then you got to remember that back in Marineford, you know, you take a little ice on your arm there, you fall over, you ain't getting no diamonds back. But whereas if you turn into a big gold boy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
Like,
feel like it
there-
has to be like a lot of ice.
there's only one person you'd have to really worry about that with, or I guess two since we just talked about Brooke. But
I feel like if we put a
You're not
diamond in a
allowed to eat.
freezer and
Yeah.
threw it, it wouldn't like crack.
well, like obviously, you know, because
hardest material on Earth.
material. Yeah, it's the hardest material. Like you're pretty dang strong. So like right then and there, you know, everything's good, Gucci. But Buddha Boy over here, he's got that range in addition to his already tough exterior,
And he becomes a big boy.
and he does become a big boy.
Size over
Have to
like,
launch, like,
something
shockwaves.
small and
Yeah,
Uh,
but range.
Now I will say that only the top half of his body grows, which is real funny to me.
He forgot to do leg day.
don't see him like that, guys. Wait, what if they just like go for his legs? Like he tries to
Like
go
he
for
just starts
top
tripping.
you just see a big Buddha fall down and he just go for the legs.
Well, I mean, if you watch Kenichi, the low kicks rule the world.
True.
Man, I might be really biased here, and all your arguments are fine and solid, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually vote for the diamond fruit.
Yeah, so am I.
Good. The hardest material on Earth. Like I'm sorry, like they both kind of do the same thing. They're both very similar, but
Even
Diamond,
if you
man.
suck at everything, you're diamond. So you're
Man, you
automatically
got-
like physically and defensively better.
You have to get up close and personal though. That's the big problem.
and you
Whereas
got mad bling. Like it doesn't matter.
have you seen the golden afro? Get out of here with bling. Okay, that's not even
I'm
an
not a gold
argument.
guy. I'm more of a silver
Sengoku
guy.
sweeps.
I'm more of a
Bling.
silver guy.
The diamonds aren't even silver. They're like,
I like diamonds
like,
too, man.
what?
Diamonds, silver.
You could like
okay.
But man, here's the thing: you can have your shockwave or range or whatever, but you throw those against diamond. What are you gonna do?
But like those are strong enough to stop Whitebeard or at least Blackbeard's quakes.
Yeah.
So
They're
like
not
wouldn't
strong
that break
enough to,
diamond?
like,
I
break
think.
Dude, Sengoku walked up to Blackbeard's crew and he's like, what the frick? And then he just beamed him. And then they were like, oh crap, we can't do anything. We're just getting beamed. So we got to fight back, but it's just, you
But
know.
did he beam Jozu? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, because Jozu was laying on the ground missing an arm.
You know
was there
why?
a time
Because
limit to his
weakness.
form?
I feel like it's like with any Zoan transformation, you can
I
just
don't
kind of
think
just
there would be.
chill in it. as
I
long
keep
as you
forgetting
want.
it's a Zoan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Zoans out there. Debatable.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for Sengoku's because like
Me too.
shockwaves versus diamonds. Like obviously diamond, it's kind of comparing like an actual solid where like when you hit it like it's gonna hurt, but like an actual solid to something that can change the pressure in the air, the density, the temperature. Like I feel like just being able to do so much more and being able to like just generally be better for taking down a larger group. I think just Sengoku's is much better in that regard. And I think even with 1v1s, it could still be like I think Joseph's might be a bit better, but I just think with Sengoku's you have more versatility with it, and
Yeah.
like you know, hardest substance is really really good, but it doesn't get much past that. You know?
Like you got to think like obviously Jozu wins when it comes to just like pure exterior. Like assuming that Sengoku has like the same
Didn't
Body
he
type
block
of-
Mihawk's attack?
He took
Jozu
damage.
did.
Dude.
But
That's what I'm
like, there's a
saying,
lot of speculation if he was just like, or if he can actually cut through diamond, or if he was just gauging Whitebeard's power to him to block it or whatever. Like I feel like Mihawk
your diamond, dude. Like Aokiji was just his weakness. Like you said, the cold was able to kind of help against him.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if he could like
Sengoku's
shoot
weakness,
diamond
huh?
shards, that'd be something.
What's Sengoku's weakness?
There-
tripping.
Low kicks.
what do you mean? What's Sengoku's weakness?
Shockwave either way.
Being
Can't
stuck in the
move. He's a big
60s.
fat Buddha.
There, I mean, his weakness is Gart, man. No, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's an actual weakness.
Like we can pinpoint the diamond fruit's weakness, but we can't pinpoint Sengoku's weakness.
Well, I think that also kind of varies based on like what we saw.
True.
Obviously, yeah. So you got to take that into regard, but
Have we seen Jozu use hockey?
No, I mean,
He's a commander.
Diamond plus
I would
hockey.
assume.
Think about it.
like that would
What
be
are you
super
doing
OP.
with
I'm agreeing with you. Like that's super OP, but like you have to get up close and personal. Like any devil fruit user that can manipulate the surroundings in any way is automatically just gonna wreck you. Even if they just have to like Like, say for instance, crocodile, right? You know, he could just
I
turn
was just
the
thinking.
ground into sand and just sink you into it and just, you know, leave you there.
It's
Alright,
better.
fine, I
You're
changed
not
my vote.
convincing me.
I'm voting
No,
for
you're
the
not
big
convincing me
Buddha boy.
otherwise.
It doesn't matter how good your small scale attack is. At the end of the day, it's very situational. I mean, I'm sure he can still be decent long range, but I feel like with Sengoku, long range, he's kind of built for that. And even close range, I feel like that would hit a lot harder. Like a shockwave would obviously be a lot more painful if it's closer range.
Well,
So,
like, what can you do with the diamond fruit at long range, though? Like, it's all like you can't like make diamonds outside of your body, so like you just have to run.
Have you ever watched Hajime no Ippo?
I know of it, yeah.
No.
He doesn't have long arms, but you know what he does have? Fighting spirit. He gets in close and personal no matter how many hits he has to take.
The show's name
that's
is Fighting
what Goku-
Spirit.
Hajime no Ippo doesn't have people that can control the weather.
That's what you think. Okay,
I don't know, man. That bear's pretty.
what if you're
Gotta
able
be
to
an
get
insider.
if you're able to get up close, if you're able to dodge the shockwaves and get up close and personal against
Don't
the
even
Buddha
dodge,
boy?
go through. Tank
Gold's
through.
pretty weak, no?
Well, like
Gold-
Yep.
out of like the
A lot
people that
weaker.
turn into like a metal, like you know Das Bones from earlier, Jozu, and now Sengoku. Sengoku's definitely got the weakest exterior, but
Uh-huh.
like it's still a metal. Like that's still gonna be hard to get through for like the average person.
I'm voting diamond over metal. You can't convince me otherwise.
Diamond.
Copper over gold.
We don't have to convince you. We outnumber you.
Awkward.
Alright,
Diamond
Buddha
is
wins.
stronger than gold, but I just feel in terms of size, versatility, and being able to actually do stuff to the air and the pressure of it, as compared to just hitting you really, really hard, I feel like that.
That's how you win fights. You hit things really, really hard. And
Even so,
It's not about
Go
how
in
hard
there.
you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and still keep fighting.
yeah, he can do both.
diamond. That's gonna suck. But if you get punched in the face with a gold fist, that's also gonna suck. Like,
Not if you're made of diamond.
Or
Okay,
how
but
you-
hear me out. Hear me out. Diamond is unbreakable is worse than fighting gold.
Well, it's not breakable if you got it.
Is that a JoJo's reference? Oh,
It's two of them,
that's
actually.
a mother after JoJo's reference. Little do they know
I
this.
call
one
the fucking no-name fallacy.
This is, dude, this matchup is literally Diamond is Unbreakable versus Golden Wind. Because Shockwaves, oh my, I'm mad.
Man.
I am
Given
mad.
All right, Buddha's advancing, but can I just say that like I might have like a real winners bracket where I have like the Ox fruit and the diamond fruit and all the real
The ones that got
best
shit.
one.
Yeah, better be on there.
The laundry fruit.
Please add Brooks Fruit. Just please add Brooks Fruit just so I can say that the Ox Fruit is better than Brooks.
Ox fruit's better than all these. What are you talking about? Man?
It
Dog
is.
is Ox. They did that for a reason.
We're not adding it to these because
Hey.
we know it's gonna win. We gotta save it for last.
Did you ever hear anybody say strong as a Buddha? I didn't think so. Like, it's not a thing. Like, people don't think of Buddha and they don't think, oh, that guy was strong. No.
Yeah, but he's got a strong spirit.
Fighting spirit, fighting gold.
Okay. Next round we have Invisibility versus Earthquakes. The Tremor fruit versus.
Go ahead and
So the
throw out
next
a
round,
spoiler
we're
alert.
The timing of it is specs considering what's happening in California.
Oh, Whitebeard's going ham from the afterlife right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go out and issue a spoiler alert real quick and just say R.I.P. and then move on.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Rip. But yeah, is anybody gonna like the invisible fruit? You know, it's very utility, and this guy can literally kill the world. So I think it's pretty straightforward, unless I'm ignorant.
I
agree.
agree with you on this one.
I agree, but you know, I'm thinking about it more. In our day-to-day modern American contemporary society, you probably want to use the invisible fruit more than the tremor one. I mean, unless you like really, really hate the world.
You can,
Oh man,
you're gonna hurt your friends and stuff if you don't use the Tremor
I
fruit.
mean,
right?
unless you really hate the world, you're probably gonna want to go with the invisible one.
That's what Whitebeard doesn't use his own fruit a ton, does he? Like unless it's like a
He doesn't even use
well, like
these.
it's not very good for like a team effort. That's for sure.
man. Yeah.
But like that's the thing. It's so good you don't have to use it. People are afraid of it.
Exactly. Like you know,
I don't even fully understand his fruit. Like when he was using his spear and like he surrounded his spear with something. Like, what was that?
he
Yeah,
basically
that's
like it's kind of hard to describe, but he basically can like create like a ball of quake or whatever. and then-
Vibration. He basically he's able to punch the air and create shock waves.
Yeah, but like he can also condense it into like little balls that like like Briggs said, he covers the tip of his weapon and like tosses it, and then it quakes.
Think of it like he's standing in front it's like the air and the world and everything is like just some glass to him, and he just punches it, and it just causes it.
You know, he can also grab it and like move it around a little bit and like literally disrupt the earth where it like splits.
Makes the earth kind of makes the air kind of tangible.
Yeah, like when he did that at Marineford, like the island literally well, not the island, but like the I don't know how do I describe this? Like the island tilted, and then a big piece of land in the water outside of that tilted. Like he tilted everything. He earthquaked and broke everything. Let's just put it that way. He broke everything.
And it can go through like anything, like the ground, C4,
Couldn't
air.
go through the Buddha shockwave.
It can go through the JoJo stand right there.
Let me real quick speak for the clear fruit. All right. So there are strong weapons out there, and in addition to making you invisible, you can make a weapon invisible. You can make whatever you want to make invisible. Like you have a pizza that you don't want anybody to eat, you can make it invisible.
Okay, but just think of it this way. So if I'm Whitebeard and I see you turn invisible, right, and I lose you for a second, okay, you know he disappeared, but he's still in this area. Like, he got out of this area. All I need to do is just quake in that direction, and I'll find him. Like he's gonna get hurt. He can't block that. You can't block a quake.
All right.
Also,
Best
hey,
fruit.
yo, I have the best counter. You know, Whitebeard. You know, you just do it. What happens if he can't even see his enemy?
He just hits the air.
He just hits the well.
I
don't know, man.
Here and like in that, like as long as he knows what direction they're in, or even if he doesn't, he could just smack like a 360 wall of air around him, and then everything in that vicinity is just gonna blow up.
Okay.
No, man, I was saying that ironically. Like, I was like, yo, what if he just like, you know,
You're right.
he just like snuck up and killed him. I was like, yeah, I was like, you just smacked the air. Like, I'm curious though, if Whitebeard did like, you know, did his like air rumble and everything, would the invisible fruit person just kind of like become uninvisible because the air wouldn't be able? Like, it depends. Like, I mean, I guess they're manipulating their body, so.
Well, I imagine like with like any devil fruit, when you get knocked out, the powers just kind of like disappear. Like if you have like an external effect or whatever. So
That's the other thing too. The clear fruit, if it's like raining, windy, anything like brushes against it, you can see it.
Wait.
So it's even worse than we thought.
Yeah, like I didn't even think about rain.
Yeah.
Didn't consider that. So yeah, it's
Like Monet could take
As
it.
I said, it's hard to even argue this one. Tremor fruit advances.
yeet.
You should have had the Paw Fruit versus Tremor, then Invisible.
Ooh,
versus
that would have been so good. I'd actually love the Paw versus Tremor.
Well,
we'll get there.
Oh, we're about to
in a
get
minute.
there.
probably gonna happen.
What do you mean, the shadow fruit, bro?
Oh, I got
We'll
some
see.
news for you when we get there. You just wait.
All right. So I guess for the next round, we have the castle fruit versus the bubble fruit. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
First round of or second round, first matchup. So
But have you ever thrown a bubble at a castle? It goes down instantly.
All right, here's a question I have. That like this is a very theoretical scenario, right? So obviously, you know, you like with the bubbles, you can clean a person's body and make them worthless, right? So what if Capone goes into his castle mech form? Like, can you clean a brick in the same aspect as a human body? Because he's technically not a human body anymore. He's a
I
castle.
would assume so. Like I'm assuming that her power is very overpowered if you don't have water or wind or something to blow.
Well, yeah, but it's not
away.
skin. Like you have nothing to moisturize anymore.
She's cleaned a lot of things that aren't just humans
Like,
though. So
have you ever
yeah.
tried to wash a brick? Wait, what else did she clean?
she
That's
like
true.
whenever they needed money and stuff, she like cleaned a bunch of streets and everything, and like she can clean whatever. Like she just
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You
I don't know if it'll
have you ever
necessarily
tried to
work
clean a
power.
brick? Like you're not going to take away its power. It's still a brick. You're just going to make it shiny.
yeah. But I mean, he's still the castle. Like he is the castle. He's
I don't know if
still-
normal physics applies to this fruit, because like you're still a person.
Yeah.
But you're in a mech castle form. That's why I'm asking. Like, if we can make a general consensus, I'll go with it. Like,
No,
whatever.
I'm saying
would
like,
give
so
it
how
a
does the
fix.
fruit work? When she moisturizes someone and takes away their power, they're still a person that weighs the same amount,
Yeah.
and yet they have no power.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but, like, how do you take away the power of a brick?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how does it work? Like, can you explain this to me? Like the bubble
Like, I
fruit.
think
Like, how does it
bubbles-
take away?
like absorb the power pretty much. I'm pretty sure.
What
because,
type of power are they absorbing? Like,
Like it smooths all of their
physical
edges,
strength.
so like they can't like even stand up and whatnot.
Well, not only that, but like even if the bubbles are like blown away, I believe like
It drains their energy.
still
and stuff.
it still has the energy drained and whatnot. It doesn't
Yeah,
like take
so
away
I-
the effect it had. But,
if you smooth out a brick, the castle might just fall over.
well, that's what, smooth would be like Alveda or whatever. Like this
Ooh.
isn't just smoothing people out. Like,
Let me read the definition of this technique on the wiki, right?
Yeah.
So, Khalifa manually spreads bubbles onto her victim's body, draining them of their strength and leaving their skin shiny and smooth, which also has the side effect of impairing their target's mobility, as their extremely slippery skin makes it hard for them to move around. Its effects are first seen with Sanji, blah blah blah. The reason that it alters a person's appearance so much is because it also smooths out their body's curves. And that's basically the extent. So like
yeah, but it also has strength draining powers, so she can weaken opponents that would otherwise be too physically powerful for her to handle. So like,
well yeah, it
What
takes away
what
their
if she
strength, but
smooths out a building
you
and
like,
makes it round?
but like you're still a
It's
brick.
overpowered.
You're still a brick.
Yeah, but then if you're not square, you're not a brick anymore.
You're
If it has no
You also
edges,
have people
what are
inside
you?
with cannons and stuff. You just launch those. She's done.
I feel
She
like
makes
you're
a
like,
bubble shield.
I don't
feel
know,
like
If
if
it
anything
would
going
still
over.
work?
I
I
feel
don't
like
think so.
making the cannon thing more slippery, wouldn't that make the cannons cannonballs go
How
faster?
can you light a cannon?
Well, couldn't you just like?
It's all
Yeah, the
wet.
wick's all bubbled.
Yeah.
I feel like the strength draining power is like a lot more. I don't know. Like,
Okay, but you also have to keep in mind
More
this.
Also, most people aren't bricks.
That's why
Yeah,
this
isn't a versus.
This is a match. Well, it's a matchup, right? You got to consider like against each other too.
a little bit.
All right. If
I
you
think
get
the
smooth
main
out
thing
as a
you got to
cat-
consider though is how they would go against most people. Like,
Well, okay, but in general, I'd still say the castle's better in most cases.
Yeah, in most cases.
Yeah, this being annoying. I agree.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm voting bubble fruit.
I just wanted to really understand the bubble fruit. I feel like I didn't have a good understanding of it.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Yeah, I mean, like when anytime you just say, "Hey, this can clean off your power," like it's kind of. All right, what does that mean?
In your heart. R.I.P. the laundry fruit.
I
So
don't
the
know.
cat.
Castle advances.
I guess it's not 5-0 because I'm
Yeah,
voting bubble, but
I'm saying castle, personally.
man, I'm on the losing side on a bunch of these today. So, all right,
Blade versus love.
round 2 matchups.
Blade versus love.
Blade. Laser. Blazer.
Blazer.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
Which one hurts more? Whenever it hits you right in the heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to
Love.
go for the love personally. Like, I feel like
100%.
what we said earlier with the blade fruit definitely still applies. I think it could be a lot better with hockey, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have range either, whereas Boa does. And like theoretically, as long as she kicks him, like
Turn
whatever
back.
steel he
Kick a
has out,
sword?
will turn to. Well, like if she wanted to kick the sword, like it would just turn to stone, so like it's not even a sword anymore.
It's
But
still a
man,
sharp
here's the
edge.
thing. Let's say, are you gonna be even trying to get into any type of physical close range confrontation with somebody that can turn every part of their body to blades?
Well, what I'm
yeah,
saying
let's
here
figure
is,
out
though,
why you got
if they
arrows.
were to actually fight, like Spooky is saying, you don't even have to try to cut the blade. You just have to make contact with a little bit of hockey, and now he's stone.
Once you
He's
do,
no
your
longer a
leg's
blade.
gone or your arm's gone or whatever.
But like a
Like-
stone blade that's still as sharp as a blade.
I don't
It's
think
still
it'd still be as sharp as a blade, though, because it would crack.
Yeah, like whatever part she touched would just turn to stone and just be
They
stone.
can hockey that shit up.
But like even so, she could just sit in the back and
Alright.
try and snipe him. Like
They're not fighting either way. And honestly,
true.
even if Daz Bones had this, I feel like people would still lust after Daz Bones, and it would still be better than what he currently has.
true,
Yeah.
he is kind of a unit.
I mean, I have an appreciation for those pecs.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased against things that can get in there and physically fight up close. And I
Yeah,
don't
range
see
has never done anything ever.
how- I'm just saying I don't see how
Spooky's
you.
been talking about range, and I'm like, no one's ever used a bow and arrow effectively.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe people in the One Piece world are a little too.
This is a RuneScape, Spooky. You can't.
Oh, you're
Oh,
telling me
arrow.
you can't pull out Fire Strike? And...
So I'm kind of
still voting
for the blade
for the love fruit though.
Here's the thing, like any. All right, if you have the level of fruit, that is your double fruit power. No matter how physically strong you are you wanting to physically fight somebody that's even if you can turn them to rock a little bit or whatever, are you physically fighting somebody that can turn their body into blades? And
That's why you have a bow and arrow.
Like,
I think it all comes down to like something like actual physical and something that's like a love arrow or whatever.
Yep.
Something that isn't so much physical as it is kind of love itself is kind of abstract. So what would you intangible? I'm not.
Well,
sure.
it's not just love; it's lust, which like everyone has.
It's like a feeling, but like kind of like what do you call it? Like solidified, like actual.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too,
materialized.
like,
Yeah, that's what.
the love fruit's only effective on so many people because like it's you gotta be hot to use it basically in
Yeah.
some capacity.
True.
The blade fruit's just good on everyone.
But you also have to consider, like, you literally don't even have to fight most people. If they see you and they're like, "Oh man, I want to get in there."
But what if
So-
you're not hot? What am I gonna do?
Yeah, but we've been over this. You just do some fucking sit-ups.
Plus,
Yeah,
Listen, man, I'm too far gone.
also, I think we also like like it was mentioned, like I think it doesn't have to be like 100%. It can be like just even the slightest attraction if you're able to pull that part out, and even giving yourself like at least maybe like a bit of plastic surgery or whatever. At least bump yourself up in that regard. You'll at least be able to pull out a small percentage. It
Just
won't
pull
be
out
like
that awesome smile, you know.
1%. And it's also like it won't be that hard. Like everyone, like sexuality is on a spectrum, so I think that makes it a bit easier.
I think it's a good point though that like no matter who is using the blade fruit, you're gonna be powerful, and no matter who you're using it against, it's going to be like pretty effective. Versus the love fruit is kind of like it depends on the user, it depends who you're fighting against. There's more variables.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, there are more variables, definitely. Whereas the blade's a lot more like straightforward.
these two are so different.
Yeah, but like you got to think that at the end of the day, which one's more absolute?
Blade.
No, no. The blade fruit is more like you're gonna be okay with it no matter what. Like you got the thumbs up, but like you could also suck. Like if you don't know how to like be.
Let's take out devil fruits here for a little bit. You come at me with the power of love. I'm gonna come at you with the blade. Let's see who wins. Like
Honestly,
well, we
the
sit at
power
the
of
back
love wins
flashing
11
you.
times out of 10.
that's an anime. I'm talking.
Well, what are we talking about right now? A fucking anime, boy.
But even in this context, I'm still gonna go with the blade fruit just
Yeah,
based
I
on
think
personal
blade-
preference of what I think would work at its full potential. No.
Marrow all the way. I need to
The
stop.
marrow,
doing
marrow,
that.
no
It's too
me,
close.
boy.
They're too close.
Marrow? No.
Marrow.
The marrow because you
The
are
marrow M.
Please never say marrow. It makes me think of like Ace's fruit.
Well, like it is the marrow, no me, right? And his is the marrow, right?
Yeah, that always confuses me.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
All
too
right.
close. All right, love fruit. Oh,
thank you. I'll say that.
Yeah, love fruit advances, I guess.
Well, what are the votes? Me and Spooky voted for love.
I vote love too.
Oh, okay.
And it's all over.
Axel,
Sorry, boys.
Yeah, I'm for blade.
thank you.
Like I definitely respect it. Like I love the blade fruit, but it just.
I just think it's like it's consistent no matter who's using it. Whereas the love, there's like some variation, and I'll take consistent over. You know.
The variation, though, a lot of it it's not like the variation is like super has to call for this one situation. There are a lot of variables, but a lot of them are generally going to be in your favor. There's only going to be a few occasional instances where, it might not be like in Luffy's, but even then you can just kick them.
Or any
It's
straight
stone.
person.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
well,
100%.
I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like with a blade fruit, like yeah, it's gonna be decent no matter what, but you could still suck hard with it. Like
True.
if you don't know how to get up close and personal with people, you're gonna have a bad time. But love fruit, you can
if somebody is good at fighting close combat, what are you doing against them? Master swordsman, can turn their whole body into blades with you in hockey.
well exactly. Like,
You
it can be good no matter what. But with the love fruit, you can literally just walk by and literally turn an entire country into stone. Like that's pretty OP. And then you just flick them over and they break and they're dead.
I mean, you got a point, but all right, 3-2, love fruit advantage.
Either way, yeah.
Not changing my vote.
Heck yeah.
I respect that love fruit advantages. Like it deserves it. So
They're too
Alright.
different to feel mad about it.
yeah, exactly.
Fight. Shadow versus
Mad about
Shadow.
Joju though. Don't get me wrong. I'm mad about the diamond fruit.
So we're going with love.
No. Oh yeah.
Going with love.
All right. So the next matchup we have the shadow fruit versus the paw fruit.
Oh
Paw-
boy.
Paw wins.
Paw, I'm going with Paw as well, just right off the bat.
I will argue any point.
All right, wait. I will say, power in numbers. You have an army.
Yeah, but you need numbers. Kuma don't need anything. He just needs the air.
Yeah. Paw Fruit.
Yeah, I'm for Paw.
Say you're underwater. You can still use devil fruits underwater. You just can't move. So theoretically, you repel the water away from you.
I feel like we're not even going to talk about everything that the Paw Fruit can do until like the final four or something.
I'm just
If
saying,
that-
you can repel.
It would be next round. We're gonna talk about it.
You can make a nuke out of the air. What are you gonna do against that, Mr.
Okay,
Shadow?
but if you're slow, I feel like I don't know. You still have to like make
Yeah. No.
the person
He
has
also
to be in
only
front of you.
deflect
You
with
know.
his hands, though.
No, but like Kuma can literally repel himself at like Mach speed. He can just stab himself and teleport.
That's true.
Like, you know, you're Shadow Boy, you know, oh, you're over there, I'm gonna fight you. Wait, how'd you get behind me? Dead. Easy.
Yeah, but what if the
Bounces
Shadow
himself
Boy
around the
has a
world to
shadow
get
of
behind
like Mihawk?
You can still teleport super quick. Like, you can. All right.
Mihawk
Do
and
I gotta bring
Kaido.
range back into this? You
And
can-
Big
Here we
Mom.
go, Gain.
No one cares about
Okay.
range.
Oh, okay. If you're a sick grave robber, and like, just wait. Okay, I'm gonna go get Goldie Rogers' corpse. I'm gonna go get Rayleigh when he dies. I'm gonna have pretty much all the strongest pirates as my army because I'm a sick grave robber.
Good. Rep
You
time.
can just repel him back.
Rep time.
You can just repel him back, man.
Do you think the
It's
Paw
just
Fruit
the
could beat
Batman
Kaido?
versus
That's fucking
Superman
bullshit.
argument.
You just
Like,
like
you can literally block any attack no matter what it is, as long as it
Yeah,
touches
and
the boss.
then what's it called? You block Kaido's attack, and then Kaido still doesn't die, and then eventually Kaido fucking slams your head into
Alright.
the floor.
No.
This is a huge theoretical. Huge theoretical, but if this is possible, the Paw Fruit's basically number one. Okay, just hear me out. So, you know how you can repel someone's physical sensation of pain?
Yeah.
Theoretically, if any sensation can be like repelled, right? Like you can repel taste, sound, touch. You could probably even propel their life right out of their body.
I mean, the life one's kind of.
It's kind
well,
of
you
stretch.
can basically
Life is
make
not a
them like,
sensation.
not okay, not life though, but make them like practically like dead, even though they're still there. Like,
Yeah, like,
like just take
all their
away
senses.
what makes them human.
Well, joke's on you. I'm already dead inside.
Take away their feelings. Like you
Take
can repel
away their
anything.
feeling, dude. You just
And then make them. Yeah, if you take away their feelings, they'll be even better at combat. Feelings get in the way.
And like something that's in the games, which I know might not be what we're talking about, but like Kuma can heal himself by pushing out the pain.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's
that's definitely a thing.
I think
And
the
also-
logic should work the same way.
Yeah, it should work
Yeah.
the same, but I'm just saying it hasn't happened in the show, so just
Yeah.
But what if he gets his shadow cut? He's dead.
He can just teleport himself to a dark cave and just chill for the rest of his life.
No. Once you have your shadow cut, you're out conscious
You're out
for
cold.
days.
Okay, but you need a pair of scissors, and Kuma can literally just teleport himself away. Like you think that you think, assuming that Mori is the one with his fruit, right? He picks up Kuma. Kuma's like, oh shit, I don't want to get my shadow cut. Bink, teleports himself away. Or he just taps Moria, sends
Yeah,
him
but-
into the ocean. Sends him into the ocean.
By teleporting yourself away, you don't win the fight. You know, you just ran
But
away
yeah,
like a little bitch.
like you
That
can
is
touch
something I was
somebody
always
and
kinda
send them
confused about.
across the world as like any location.
You have to make contact with them to
You
send them
pick the
across the world, though.
location
No.
or-
Yeah, but you can teleport yourself behind them at like that, and then just tap them real quick.
Can you
Like,
Why didn't Enru-
We
why
don't know if
didn't
we
Enru
can
even
teleport
build a
at close
maximum?
range that effectively.
I've seen it. Like against Zoro, he literally taps himself, appears right
He
behind
appears
him.
behind him.
Yeah, like that. So like theoretically, you could just zip around, touch him real quick with your paws, boom, they're across the
Okay.
world. He sends them into the ocean. They're a devil fruit user. They drown. They die. Easy. Anybody against this fruit is basically screwed.
You guys, Paw Fruit?
I will fight people about the paw. I will fight. People.
I was playing devil's advocate. I think the shadow fruit's actually really cool, but
It is.
I feel like the
Devil
paw
Fruit's
fruit has to
advocate?
win.
No, I definitely
But
want.
what if?
Repel the shadow out of their body. Gone.
Man, I didn't even think about that. You could probably do that if somebody had. You could probably
Um,
just cleanse every
Yeah,
corpse.
but what if Moria revived Lord D. Twigo?
Oh, never mind. Not that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always
you
an
didn't think about that, did
But
you?
why would Lord D. Twiggle be dead? It's impossible.
Facts.
That's true. That's true. You can't revive something that can't die.
All right.
so many plot twists.
Play
here.
the advocate.
I
Play
can't.
the advocate. The only downfall of the paw fruit, the only one, is that if you lose your hands, you're screwed. But like, good luck. That's all I'm saying.
Also, like, after you eat that fruit, I'm assuming your hands kind of like have to be paused, or I don't know.
Like you just
Yeah.
have the paws on your hands, basically.
Dude, if you were a sick grave robber, you could beat him. You could do it. I could spend my entire life building an army. Whitebeard, Ace, I know where they live. I know where they got
This is
buried.
the
Okay.
Think of what you
consistency
just
for
said though.
you
You
guys,
just said you had to spend like your entire life trying to prep for this one battle. And
Just
No, I
go
can.
against this one
Okay,
fruit.
just
World
one
domination doesn't happen in a day.
Kuma
Okay,
can
Morio's an idiot.
Kuma can teleport instantaneously. He can also literally just put his
Whitebeard can
feet
destroy
into
the
ground.
world.
So could
If
this
you're dead, you
fruit.
don't have
Are you
double
kidding
fruit.
me? Have you seen the Ursa's shock?
Yo,
Just do that on a larger scale.
Also,
Kuma
how
could
does
hit
the
the planet and send it backwards.
how does
The
the
molten
strength
core
Tell
gets-
the Earth.
wait, I gotta ask this. How does the strength of the shadow is the shadow the same as the
It's whoever the shadow is, not the body.
Oh, sorry, the shadow like is.
But the problem is the shadow doesn't have the devil fruit. It's when someone dies, they lose their devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
you can't just revive Whitebeard and have him destroy the planet.
I mean, still like the strength is very good, but then it all comes down. Then there's also like the sunlight weakness, right? At the salt weakness. Nah, I doubt. I don't know. If
well,
Kuma would just
Paw
like.
Fruit's so good. Why is he not alive? And why is he a fucking AI right now?
Dude,
Because
now-
Kuma's also dumb, okay?
What if Kuma
He can
just
do
like?
better.
We have two idiots versus each other right now. Moria versus Kuma.
Dude, I'm just thinking about it now. What if Kuma just like he's like, ah, dang, these guys are weak to salt. Let me just teleport to like the quick shop real quick, buy some salt, and just like sprinkle out, you know?
Buy some shop, grab a monster energy drink while you're at it. You know?
Like,
Take a little trip to Paris, come
just
back.
gotta buy
All
some
right, you guys are
salt,
fucked.
Just sprinkle it on like the shadows, and then he's basically good.
All right, the Paw Fruit advances.
All fruit advances. I don't know why we're spending
That
so
was
long
not
on
an
that
actual
one. I think
point.
we're gonna talk about it till the final.
I just like
argue it as much as possible.
okay. If
No,
Morio
that's-
like was smart, he could have. You could do a lot with Moria's fruit.
Oh,
With a
you
lot
could.
of prep
sure.
time, Moria could do very well.
He's
For sure.
Batman. You could just
Also,
do
if
whatever
he's
you
actually
want.
good at fighting, you could just learn to cut people's shadows like quick and then done.
That's
agree.
Exactly.
very true. But I just feel like, while it would be better to like take on, you know, like other people's abilities and be able to build up your own army. I just feel like the huge advantages you get with the Pauper fruit can, you know, be good for long range, be good for close range, and like
It's good for any range.
I swear,
Like-
we'll bring up rain one more time.
What if you could make people eat devil fruits? Can you make dead people eat devil fruits? Probably.
I mean, where would you'd have to find like where the devil fruit is now.
Yeah.
Also, hear me out.
Dude, world domination takes time and prep.
Well, I guess it depends on if like the corpse is considered alive with a shadow, or if it's still considered a corpse. I guess.
Well,
that's-
regardless, you can
gotta be answered.
apparently you can feed a devil fruit to a sword. So
Well, yeah, but if something's dead, like I'm assuming if like that sword were to break, it would basically be quote unquote dead, right? So like there's still ways to kill it.
well, you can still kill a dead body, I guess, by that logic.
Well, the only devil fruit users in Moria's crew were Absalom and freaking what's the pink-haired girl's name? So like they were both alive. So I don't think. I feel like he would have utilized it if zombies could have fruits too. Like he would have found another fruit or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
but hear me
Well,
out.
that's
what
what I'm
if
saying,
we
like,
have
what if
this
you-
ability to take over the world, and instead we just chill on an island?
Forever. Like,
Yeah, call it a
however
day.
many years Brooke was sing in the sea. So like, what was it? Like 40 years? Like
It's
50.
a long time.
50 years? Jesus, Moria, what are you doing? You guys are right. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't used right in the show, but yeah, Shadow Fruit deserves honorable mention, but Paw Fruit advances. Okay.
We
You know
moved.
what I would do?
So for
I
the
would
next,
hit a nuke. I would nuke like
Damn it, Riggs.
Are we still on this?
yeah. If I was
Alpha
a Shadow
nuke.
dude, if I was Moria, I would nuke like the Marine base and then revive them all.
Just get a nuke. That's it.
Wanna
Get a
know
nuke, easy.
nuke the base? Kuma.
All right.
I'm saying if you like.
Damn it.
whatever.
Okay, so Garp stand versus Whitebeard.
Yep. So we
Well,
have
we have
Buddha
seen-
versus Trimmer and no. I thought didn't Diamond win?
No, Diamond freaking out of here, dog.
Diamond
We gotta have this guy fight.
I'm voting
I mean,
Diamond over
All
Trimmer.
that's all.
Diamond's
a
not
really
it.
cool matchup. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really cool.
Like we have seen that the shockwaves from Sengoku's fruit can go up against the tremor. So
We
like
go
that's
up against
something we gotta-
Blackbeard's tremor though. We haven't seen it against Whitebeard.
Well, like, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Blackbeard just was inexperienced, but like with his first hit, he blew up Marineford basically. So like, he
Yeah.
obviously knows how to use it to an extent right off the bat.
That's fair.
Yeah, it seems pretty intuitive.
Just hit things.
just
Or
punch
or
the
just
air.
hit nothing. Whatever.
I will throw my.
Like a hard fruit to use. Like maybe
You accidentally try to high five someone and blow up a country.
Like, you might cause more damage than you meant to, but like it shouldn't be hard to cause damage with that fruit. Like, if
Talking
anything-
about range, I know Spooky loves range. You can just
Hell
like
yeah.
send a tsunami at like an island that your enemy is on.
I feel like the tremor fruit's easily the better one
Yeah,
at
for
this
sure.
I
point.
agree. But
Like
But
it
the
has.
afro. What's better, the
You're
afro
right.
or the mustache?
I mean, but you can blow up the world.
beard.
Like,
Sorry, my
oh,
afro or the
weird.
beard.
like it's regarded as the fruit that can destroy the world, and like for good reason. With
And
like if you
Buddha would
really want to
make it
go
past
ham.
round 1, so I agree. Tremor and
Dude, on Rat Cafe, Nux had a hilarious line about Whitebeard. Whitebeard's ship is called the Moby Dick. So when he asks people to join his crew, he says, "Ride my dick and call me daddy."
Oh my god.
All right, I think that just makes Whitebeard have to win this.
Nah, but technically Blackbeard has the fruit now.
I should have done that. I should have just went ahead and put Blackbeard there and put him twice. Like,
All right,
Sorry, Sengoku. You fought hard.
actually, you know what? Since I'm editing this after we actually talk, I want to go ahead and put Blackbeard here on the bracket. So in the final 4, we have Blackbeard with the fruit now.
Well, I'm trying to find like a one advantage I could give to the bitter fruit, but like a big thing I was giving it credit for earlier was the golden shockwaves. But I mean, Whitebeard
It seems
can
like
literally.
a weaker version.
Yeah, it's just a weaker
The
shot.
shockwaves could probably
Weaker
cause a little
shockwave.
tidal wave, not a tsunami.
Yeah,
I mean, he
where
does have a harder exterior than the tremor fruit, that's for sure.
I don't know. Have you seen Whitebeard's body?
Well, oh, I forgot. Like, technically, I'm pretty sure the tremor fruit allows you to like shake things off too. So, like, if you were to get frozen, like, you could just tremor your body real quick and break it all.
yeah,
so-
or like just kind of I think causing a crack in the air is probably like a lot stronger than
Oh yeah,
some-
to just block anything.
it's like
hit the air.
earthquakes.
Keyword probably, because what does that even mean? Like, I want to create a crack in the air. Like, let me just
Like, it's
break
kinda
this
like
air
One
real quick.
Piece.
Well, just think of it just
I know
purely
what
as a shockwave thing. Like you're creating like a huge shockwave in a certain direction. So like anything coming towards you is just automatically going the other way, almost like it's repelled.
Tremor fruit for the
I
win.
don't like where that's going.
Buddha, you did good making it past round 1. I was impressed.
Heck yeah.
But I guess for the final 4 already, we have what was it? The love
We gave
fruit
it to Castle.
and
Castle's been doing great.
yeah, Castle versus Love.
Love.
Yeah, I gotta go with love.
Yeah.
Power of Love prevails.
Wow,
That
is
was
this really gonna be 5-0?
I mean, if you can
I
just
love as well.
if you can like kick things and like turn it into stone, like even if you go Castle Mech form, she'll just break you.
No,
Wait,
no.
he's
You can
already made of
kick
stone.
through
Stone with stone. She's turning the
but if
stone
you can
into
already kick through stone. Like, what are you gonna do in a Castle Mech? Nothing.
Castle is more defensive than offense, so I think Castle would actually be a bit more versatile.
Well, I
Um,
mean, you still have to turn into a castle. If you look at your opponent and die,
we just say a Castle.
agree with the fact that Castle has offense. Like, I don't see any offensive capabilities there aside from
No, there are.
inside of
But
it.
also,
It's all about
Alright.
people.
I don't think that Boa is his type. I mean, have you seen his wife? They're very different.
Well, yeah, that was an arranged marriage.
regardless of what your type
He
is,
seems into
Boa's
it.
hot.
True. I mean,
That's
he did take what he got. Ran with it.
All right, so Love Fruit moves on to the finals.
Heck yeah!
Marrow, not Marrow, no me. Just to
Thank you.
clear. Okay.
I'm mad
And,
about screwing
For
that
the
up.
for the eastern side of the bracket, we have
The
the
Eastern
Paw Fruit,
finals are a lot more interesting this
Yeah.
time around.
the Paw Fruit versus the Tremor Fruit.
Paw wins.
Um,
Easy.
Easy.
Any argument, throw it at me. I'll wreck you. Let's go.
Whitebeard breaks the earth in half.
Okay, Kuma can do that too.
Can destroy the
I
world.
don't know if Kuma could do that, man.
Listen. Okay. The Earth's shock is like a nuke out of air, right? He just needs to compress it down. Theoretically, if you take enough air and compress it down, because like it's not like we have a limited supply or anything, you can
Yeah,
blow
so
up like half
theoretically,
the planet.
still a theory. But hey, that's still a theory.
I thought
Guess
everyone,
what? Whitebeard did it.
everyone's
Well,
argument starts with theoretically.
Even if we're just talking about Earth destruction, the Paw Fruit can do so much more. It's way more versatile.
It is
Wait.
more versatile.
And you can do so much more. Like, all right, theoretically, if you're fighting the Tremor Fruit, you just teleport yourself across the Earth.
That's
Like he
blown up.
could still blow you. Like he could still blow you up if he really wanted to wreak havoc. But you think he's
Yeah.
gonna get to the other half of the world
Yes.
Nah, it's gonna
We
take a
keep
while.
making this like who
Okay,
would win in a fight, but I think like the
Yeah.
paw fruit is just better to have.
Yeah, like it's way better.
I don't know if it's better, man. Because
It
you're
is.
saying you're gonna run away from Whitebeard. But if Whitebeard,
Well, no, 'cause that's in a
if
fight,
both
right?
people are fighting other opponents, I feel like Whitebeard, the Tremor Fruit's actually better.
Man,
It's
as
way
much
more
as I-
destructively powerful.
as
And
much
it's
as
hard
I-
to even get close to it. You wouldn't even be able to get close to Whitebeard.
What are you going to use the tremor fruit on a
Teleport.
daily basis?
Who wants to use something on a daily basis? I'm here to take over the fucking world.
You can teleport. You can take. All you need is the air. Think of all the other things. If you can already have one of the most deadly fruits with only the air.
Oh no, he pushes
And block-
air.
Okay,
He
with the
crashed
Paw
air.
Fruit, with
Got
the
Ink
Paw
Avatar over here.
repel anything. You could repel tremors. You could
Ang-
block tremors.
Suck.
Okay, block tremors.
I'm
It's
actually
the
with
ultimate
you.
defense
Actually,
and it's the ultimate offense. It's both sides of a spectrum. You can hit anybody from anywhere. You can get up close. You can stay at a huge distance and still.
then again, teleporting would be my favorite ability to have.
yeah, you
Matt?
literally zip around.
I
Just
feel
because
like
I don't like commuting.
I think with the Whitebeards, his is like obviously like perfect for something like a war, and even like a 1v1 battle would be great, or just like
Any
That'll-
fight ever?
any fight ever. Basically,
Here's one thing I will say is, like I said, I think healing is kind of underrated, and Whitebeard has to be very cautious of like his allies anytime he gets in a fight. Like I said, it's a very destructive fruit that can have it can be a double-edged sword. Whereas the Paw Fruit and stuff, basically, if your friend gets hurt or even mortally wounded, you can literally just kind of basically heal them with it, can't you? Like you can
Well, you don't
There.
technically heal them. You
maybe
just
not
remove
mortally
their
wounded,
pain.
but
You just
can
take away
remove
their
pain. Okay,
Which is actually counterproductive.
maybe not.
Because if you take away their pain, they're gonna think they're okay, and then they're gonna exert their bodies and hurt themselves even more.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Lifelong injury.
That fight on
You can't run in a torn ACL, boy. But guess what? Now you think you can, and now you're gonna
Okay.
make it even worse.
no, I
So-
understand that, but like on Thriller Bark and stuff, as soon as freaking he took all of Luffy's pain away, it was basically like he was healed though, wasn't it? Like it wasn't just
Yeah,
like
it takes all the pain away. You heal up whatever he does from.
But
you
you
also
also like,
gotta
almost
remember-
like he took the injuries away, not like
I don't think it actually healed him up. He still had like scratches on his exterior.
maybe. I don't
You
know.
can still teleport anybody else anywhere in the world. You can go up to any person and just teleport them
Yeah.
into the ocean. If
I
they're a
was
devil
gonna say,
fruit,
yeah, can I
Yeah.
teleport you into like a volcano or the ocean?
and the best part is like while they're traveling through the air, they're unconscious. So it's not like they can even break out. They're just chilling there, just accepting their death, basically.
Before the Tremor Fruit dies, he blows up the universe.
But you won't be able to. You'll be stuck in a little paw bubble just having a good old snooze.
I'm breaking all the air in. Okay. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
No, I agree. Like even if you
So
did
much
like a
better.
tremor punch or something, like Kuma's fruit can literally
Yeah,
like
the Tremor
anything.
Fruit can exert more force. The Paw Fruit is better in like pretty much every circumstance.
Like, are we gonna forget that Kuma soloed the Straw Hats at one point?
Yeah, and Whitebeard could easily solo the Straw Hats. Easy.
My man can't even take down one of the. I'll get it.
Hey, you know who else basically soloed the Straw Hats? Freaking Captain Buggy.
When the two of them
Stabbed Zoro. He was taking out Luffy. He had him in a cage.
Wait, are we gonna forget that Luffy literally bodied everybody in the first fight in early One Piece? Rip Buggy out of here, gone.
Like he had him in a cage. It wasn't. It took like group effort to get him out.
All right, I vote for the Paw Fruit.
Thank
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I don't know how we got here, but I'm also voting for the paw fruit.
Heck yeah.
I'm being. Yeah, I kind of zoned up.
No, Paw Fruit.
Teleport, heal, repel everything.
Now, I said at the beginning, like before we started, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna pick Whitebeards, but then I didn't. The reason I said that is because I didn't see Kuma's.
Man,
Like,
people
I was saying,
sleep on. I won't even say people sleep on it. Like that is a fruit that like people in the show sleep on, but everyone else like that sees everything it can do. Man, they just realize like, man, that might be the most OP thing we've ever.
Yeah, like, you think
Which
it
is
looks
why they had to take him out for plot holes.
yikes.
I mean,
What if all the growth that the Straw Hats had wasn't because of their training, but it was because of Kuma? You know, he sent them and they got powered up.
Yeah, without Kuma, wouldn't have happened.
I mean, he sent them, and that motivated them to like start.
Well,
training
without
and everything.
Whitebeard, Ace would still be dead.
Purpose.
that hurt. But oh,
All right, so
Hold on.
Boa versus Kuma.
I think Kuma
Boa
did a
versus
lot
Kuma.
more.
Wow, this is what we're. Wow. Okay.
All right, so we have the love fruit versus the paw fruit.
This is one of those instances where the semifinals were a bit more interesting than the
Yeah.
finals.
You know what's funny? This is probably one of the individuals that I feel like I would know could beat Kuma, even though like Kuma's
Yeah.
He's
just
a
way
robot.
better.
It's like she definitely could, like, or the user of that fruit definitely could for sure. But at the end of the day, I still feel like Kuma has the edge. And almost
Yeah, so the paw fruit would be more versatile against like every enemy, but the paw fruit could still lose to the love fruit
yeah,
very
like
easily.
it turn you to stone if you
Mhm.
got that lust.
I
Yeah,
agree
If you're a
with that.
robot,
Like that's where it comes down to the users though, more than anything.
yeah.
The users, and then when it comes down to versatility and what everyone would be able to use, I think just the pop. Like we've established that like the love, like I've given it arguments for both, but like at the end of the day, there's a lot of variables there, and you'd have to like even if you weren't that good looking, we said, well, maybe you need to go out and find some extraneous means to make yourself a bit better looking.
Just take roids.
Do that,
dude.
yeah.
Well, like I know I've been stroking range pretty hard this entire time, but like even with the marrow,
Thank you. Thank you. I was
like
about to do it.
arrows, like assuming you shoot one Akuma, he could literally just repel it. Like he can repel anything, so he could do that with those
It's
too.
not like it would work in the first place. Arrows never hit their target.
Yeah, right.
And-
But
But you could literally have freaking ears that make you look like a teddy bear, or I don't know if that's just part of his hat or whatever on his design, but
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
can have that
much.
and still be strong. Whereas if you have that and you have the love, like if you look like Kuma and you have the freaking
I don't
love,
know, there's a lot of people that like big boys.
maybe.
There's literally a group of people
I'm not even
called
hating on his
bears.
body type. I'm hating on that. I was thinking it was his hair. That might be his hat. I don't know. Whatever those ears are.
like it could be part of his fruit for all we know, or like
Maybe.
maybe different
Oh my
race.
god, Kuma is a fuck. What are those animals called? In
Bear.
the mink confirmed.
Mink.
So you were looking for bear. I'm like, man.
No, that's his hat because we saw a picture of younger Kuma and he didn't.
Right. You're right.
Actually, he just grew them.
Well, yeah, it is before he got the fruit. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's part of the fruit,
Oh.
like
I think it's part of his hat.
The
Honestly.
paw fruit's like zone type confirmed.
it's the most. That's literally the most OP zone, aside from.
Yeah, you have his human form, his bear form, and his robot form.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Can we all agree that the Paw Fruit is probably the winner of this bracket?
I
Yeah.
have.
I
have
agree.
All right. So I
Man,
think
I
we'll
can't
see a
believe the
lot.
ox fruit won again.
Dang it.
I think we'll see whether or not it's truly the best fruit whenever it goes up against the winners of all the other brackets. But
I think Lord Twigo probably has the Oxford.
yeah, that's probably what Lord Twigo has, because Ox Fruit would totally beat the Paw Fruit in my opinion. Like, is Kuma as strong as an ox? I don't think so. Like,
I mean, is a bear as strong as an ox? Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Like, have you ever heard anybody say, "Oh, he's strong as a bear"? No, like it's not something that people say. Like, and there's a reason for that.
I mean,
I've
bears
never
didn't even win all the fights in Hajime no
Like, I'm
Ippo.
still salty that
Dude, a bear lost to a human. You never seen an ox lose to a human?
never. So I'm saying, like, I don't understand how he lost that first bracket. That was spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first bracket yet. The Ox Fruit lost somehow, but go check it out anyway, and you can kind of see how that played out. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming and helping to decide the winner of this here Devil Fruit bracket out of the best Devil Fruit out of these 16. Here with me today we have Lord D. Brigo. You want to kind of tell everybody what you do on your channel? Or
Yeah, I run the channel All Day Anime. So I'm an epic gamer after all. Yeah,
Dark Souls.
And,
Master.
I hate my life, honestly. Fuck Dark Souls. Fuck Dark Souls.
I tried it once and quit immediately.
And also here with us for the first time today, we have Axel. You want to tell everybody a little bit about your channel and what it is you do?
I mean, lately I'm just mostly editing for Briggs, but eventually I'll go back to my channel and talk about anime discussion stuff.
Heck yeah.
Woo! All right. And next we have Mr. Ninja Star. You want to tell everybody what you do?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. My channel isn't that active anymore. So, like, I could plug it, but like, I mean, I'm very inconsistent. And, like, drive goes on and off, and I think I'm just more active now on Twitter where I just tweet a bunch of shenanigans. If you follow me, you probably know who Stephen A. Smith is now. This is it probably doesn't make sense unless you follow me. But yeah,
I'm going to start using a bunch of Max Kellerman memes every time I reply to you. So.
I tweet a bunch of absolutely like bonkers captions with a hilarious reaction image. It's probably one of my Twitter mistakes. So yeah, I mainly use Twitter now at
Alright, so I'll
Mr.
check
Ninja
his
Star
Twitter
75.
in the description.
Yeah.
With everybody else's YouTube channel, I'll put his. And Spooks, you want to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about what you do and what you've been up to this past month?
Oh, well, all I can say is that I am too spooky, which is known as the #1 fan of Dragon Ball Evolution. And that's basically, that sums it up right there.
Yeah.
He's watched it more than anyone else.
Anyone else on the planet, I've seen this movie. I'd say
Definitely more than the writers.
collectively, I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times for this video. And it's
spent a month making a 2-hour, 20-minute video about Dragon Ball Evolution. Go check him out.
And a few other movies.
my mental state is not okay, guys.
All right.
So we have 2 guys that went insane. We have an editor and a Twitter account. Hell yeah.
And then we have me, the
anime man.
yeah,
Knock off.
knock off.
Oh man, I just love that. Like we were talking about Dragon Ball Evolution like right before this, and then now it just finds its way to come back.
I had to plug it.
I wish we were recording that part.
we were talking for like 30 minutes.
Gotta plug it. Important. The world needs to know.
Thank you all for coming. The Paw Fruit is the winner of this bracket. But hopefully, if you like this video, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, check out the guests, and hopefully we can see you around next time for the next bracket video as well. Or Anime Dude out.
Shin Paw.
Bang.